I don't know about you guys, but I did not know that the new Lorde album, like the physical vinyl record that you could buy, came with a very explicit photo of Lorde's nunu. That's until yesterday when I was at Target and I found out about this photo in perhaps the funniest way possible. Now at Target, I was just waiting in line to return an item to the return counter, and there was a couple people in front of me, but the lady right in front of me had caught my attention because she was wearing this shirt that had a giant AI generated portrait of Jesus on her back. So as I was waiting in line to return my item, AI generated Jesus was just staring at me. Anyways, the line eventually slims down and this Jesus shirt lady right in front of me gets to the return counter, and my curious ass is thinking like, what is she about to return? I was like, maybe she's returning a Bible or like an infinity scarf, but no, she pulls out the new Lorde album, and in my head I'm like, why does she have the new Lorde album? Because she's not exactly Lorde's demographic, being like a 50-year-old woman. But this woman goes on to hold up the album and in the spunkiest way go,
I would really like to return this.
and the girl working the return counter was just like, okay, is it opened? And the lady was just like,
Unfortunately, yes.
the girl behind the counter is so nice, and she's just like, unfortunately, I can't give you a refund, but I can give you an exchange. Is that okay? And the lady's just like,
An exchange? No way. I don't want anything to do with this album.
and the girl working the counter is just like, all right, let me get my manager and we can work something out. And she goes to get her manager and she brings him back. The manager's just like, how can I help you, ma'am? And this lady goes on to be like,
I want to return this album because it is blasphemous, not to mention false advertising.
then she pulls out the photo of Lorde's nunu and she goes, see, blasphemy. And then she turns it around so the rest of the line could see. She went full Karen mode. She goes on to be like, I thought I was getting something that would praise the Lord, but this is not my Lord. And I'm just giggling under my breath because this woman thought the Lorde album was like a Jesus Lorde album. And luckily for her, after a little bit more back and forth, the manager was just like, normally I'm not allowed to do this, but I'll grant you a return this one time. And she was allowed to return it. But it's just so funny thinking about it because this woman goes to the store, buys this album thinking that she just bought a Jesus album, and then goes home and opens the album and sees that explicit ass picture. That's just so funny. And looking back, it does make sense to me why she thought it was a Jesus album, because her name is Lorde and the album is called Virgin, so like it makes sense.